And so, ladies and gentlemen, another October has rolled around, and with it, another World Series.
It was more than 100 years ago that they came up with the idea for something called the World Series. They couldn't have had any idea what it would someday mean.
You always think about it when you're a kid. Every time we played wiffle ball out in the backyard, stepping up to the plate, you know, Mike Moustakas, it's Game 7 of the World Series, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
The tying run is at second. The run that would win the World Series is at first.
You always kind of step out and make sure you tell your buddy what the situation is. 3-2 count, Game 7 of the World Series.
The next swing of the bat could clinch the World Series.
I spent countless hours in my backyard, you know, pretending, you know, I'm playing in the World Series. I get one at bat, you know, getting a chance to hit a home run. So for sure, you dream about this day.
They're dreams that start when you first hear those words, World Series.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? We're at Wrigley Field in Chicago for the third game of the World Series.
Welcome to the World Series for 1981.
Get ready for this game. We call it the World Series.
I certainly pretended like that. Like I was up to bat in the World Series, hitting a home run.
The history is mystifying. All those moments, mesmerizing.
There it goes, the long drive. If it stays fair, home run. Way back, it is.
The heroes endure for all time.
Base hit! Diamondbacks win! They're the world champion! Gonzalez did it!
Into deep left center. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Mazeroski has hit a 1-0 pitch over the left field fence to win the 1960 World Series.
The Yankees were the big team at the time, and you know, I was a big Mickey Mantle fan, and I wanted to watch Game 7, and then the Pirates won the game. I was disappointed.
A liner off Maggie's glove into center field. The Florida Marlins have won the World Series.
Just remember the joy and excitement that we all had at the Marlins that just won the World Series.
The New York Yankees, world champions, team of the decade, most successful franchise of the century.
Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera with the Yankees when they went through all those World Series runs that they did. Watching those guys go out there and compete and all the passion that they played with, that's pretty much what I remember from my childhood going to the World Series.
And as magic thrives, the impossible can unfold.
I don't believe what I just saw! I don't believe what I just saw! Is this really happening? Little roller up along first, behind the bag! It gets through Buckner! Here comes Knight and the Mets win it!
Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions. And the Giants have won the World Series again. For the third time in the last 5 years.
Every October, it starts anew. And then, one by one, all the others drop out and fade away. And the strangest sensation takes over. Fantasy transforming itself into reality.
And there's Mike home! The Mets win the pennant!
They haven't been to the World Series since 2000, and the Mets are on their way back. Left side, Moustakas. Royals win the pennant. Back-to-back American League pennants for the Kansas City Royals, and off they go to the Fall Classic.
And no matter your story, whether you've been here before
Coach Skipper, this is our time. Yes, sir. It's our time, what we've been waiting for. Yes, sir.
or still can't believe how much came together so quickly.
The Mets are good, they're young, they're dynamic, and a very different looking team now than they were earlier in the season.
If you play like you can come back from anything,
Gordon in the air to center. Back at the wall. This game is tied.
or you're just trying to figure out if you're ever going to wake up from this dream, the truth? Getting here is everything you imagined it would be when you dreamt about it in your backyard.
Nino, what's that say? What's that say? Where are we going? We going to the World Series.
It's still baseball, yeah. But it's also the World Series.
Good evening from Kauffman Stadium, where it's been raining throughout the day, but the tarp is off the field. Tonight, for the second straight year, Kansas City hosts Game 1 of the World Series as the Royals and the New York Mets square off.
The Royals and Mets entered the 111th World Series, aiming to end nearly identical championship droughts. The Mets looking to win their first title since 1986, and Kansas City hoping to be the kings of the baseball world for the first time since '85.
Listen to the noise build here in Kansas City as the World Series is underway.
Let's go, boys. Win every pitch. Yeah. Let's go, boys. Come on. Here we go. While we're here, boys. While we're here. Yeah. Let's go, Skipper. This is our time. Yes, sir. Our time. What we've been waiting for. Yes, sir. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Let's go, boys.
Game 1 starters, Edinson Volquez for the Royals, Matt Harvey for the Mets.
I told Matt, this is your moment. Hey, look, you're starting Game 1 of the World Series. He was all fired up about it.
The honor of a Game 1 start was a fitting cap to Harvey's successful comeback season from Tommy John surgery. Meanwhile, for the Royals, Edinson Volquez, the 32-year-old former All-Star, was also pitching in his first fall classic, though just before game time came a report that threw everything into question.
We have just learned of some really tragic news, and this is a tweet from Marly Rivera tweeting out: a source close to the Volquez family confirms to Enrique Rojas and ESPN Deportes, Edinson Volquez's father died today in the Dominican Republic.
That tweet, reporting the death of Volquez's father, came just minutes before the pitcher got set to take the mound.
No one actually knew before the game. I don't know if Edinson knew himself, but none of the guys in the dugout knew what was going on.
The reason he didn't know is that Volquez's family had made a decision. They didn't want him to find out about his dad's death, and his wife quickly reached out to the Royals and told them so.
His wife was trying to determine the best course of action. And through consultation with Edison's mother, they decided that it was in the best interest of Edison to tell him after the game.
Dayton and I sat in there for 5 minutes. What do we do? How do you go through a situation like this and not tell him? I mean, yeah, it's Game 1 of the World Series, but this is his dad we're talking about. And, Dayton said, the best thing we can do is honor the family's wishes. They want Eddie to pitch Game 1 of the World Series. His dad would want him to pitch Game 1 of the World Series, and they don't want to tell him. They don't want you to tell him. They don't want him to know. I mean, this is something he's lived his whole life for. So let's do what his family wants to do.
Royals are waiting for the green light, and now they can take the field. We are ready for baseball, the 2015 World Series here at Kauffman Stadium.
The crowd in full voice, and here we go. His first pitch on the way, and it is a strike. Miles an hour. He's running it up there here in the first inning.
Volquez, he's gonna come aggressive, That's his plan, that's the approach.
And now here's the hottest guy in the postseason, second baseman Daniel Murphy. He's been on fire. Murphy has homered in a Major League Baseball record 6 straight postseason games. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got it with an off-speed pitch. And down go the Mets in the top half of the first.
That boy, Eddie. Hey, get us going, Echo. Here we go.
Right-hander Matt Harvey, one of the premier pitchers in the National League. You can expect the Royals to be very aggressive, especially early in the count.
That's the thing with our club, and especially with Escobar at the leadoff spot. Once he starts the game and once his at-bat's officially going, you know, everyone's at the top of their seat and everyone's standing up because there's a good chance he's going to swing at that first pitch.
Be ready, he's swinging. First pitch.
It is Escobar, and he swings and hits it into left center. Back at the track, it is dropped. Cespedes couldn't make the catch. Digging around third. Here comes Escobar. 1-0 Kansas City.
He's unbelievable. I always say, you know, you step on a baseball field, you're going to see something that you've never seen before.
It's the second time it's happened in the history of the World Series. The first time it's happened since 1903. A leadoff inside the park home run.
I can't believe he threw a fastball over the plate. First pitch. You have to pitch Escobar as if the count is 0-2 when he steps into the batter's box. You know he's swinging.
I think after that happened, he probably said to himself, listen, I got to bear down here. I got to make quality pitches. And Matt settled down and pitched a good game.
Harvey did quickly settle down, limiting the damage to that one run. The Mets, meanwhile, tied the game in the fourth. And then in the fifth, Curtis Granderson came to the plate.
Oh! Granderson takes a 1-2 pitch into right.
Get out of here, ball! Hey!
And that one is gone! Curtis Granderson delivers the Mets' first World Series lead.
New York extended the lead to 3-1 in the sixth and had a runner on second with 2 outs, looking to add more.
Here's Volquez's pitch. It's swung on, grounded. Diving play at third, Moustakas to his feet and throws him out. Mike Moustakas saved a run.
Plays like that, you don't really think about anything. You just react.
Diving stop Moustakas.
I was able to get down the line, catch it, and throw it.
What a play to save a run.
Then in the bottom half of the sixth, the Royals finally broke through against Harvey.
That is fair down the right field line. Off the bat of Zobrist.
Zobrist started the inning off with a big double.
That broke up a string of 11 straight retired by Harvey.
Kane followed it up by a hit, and that's just kind of how every big inning has been kind of rolling along for us in the postseason. We like to keep the line moving as a team. You don't try and do too much.
Tying runs are on for the Royals here in the sixth inning. The batter will be Hosmer.
I fell behind 2 strikes, and from that point on, you just try and battle and see something up and try and drive it in the outfield to get a run in.
That's Lagares in center field. Tagging is Zobrist. It's a 1-run game.
Later on in the inning, got one huge 2-out knock from Moose to tie the ball game up.
Swung on, line drive, center field. Moustakas drives in Kane. We are tied at 3.
Nice piece of hitting by Moustakas. Hit that changeup.
That's a great job by Moustakas to stay on that baseball.
Got to a 2-0 count, and I was looking for something out over the plate. He ended up throwing me a changeup out over the plate, and I was able to drive it up the middle for a base hit and game-tying RBI.
How many times have we seen him in big spots deliver a big-time at-bat?
Which was huge for us, especially with the bullpen that we have. Going later into that game, we knew that we had a good chance of winning.
And as the Royals called on their bullpen, Edinson Volquez's night was over.
He was mad, he was disappointed, because he wanted to go back out for the 7th inning. It's like, I'm not done. You're done. You did a great job. You kept us in the game. Let's turn it over to the bullpen. But I just kept thinking, man, this is going to be rough. When he walks upstairs and finds out, this is going to be really, really hard.
Even in the midst of the game, the Royals took care Volquez would be told about his dad the right way.
Once he came out of the game at the 6th inning, we made sure that his wife and family were given the proper space and opportunity to share that tender moment together. And it's a tough thing.
Davenport came to me and said, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And I was like, something happened. I was like, got a feeling like something was wrong. And I went straight to the Nate Joe's office. And I see Dayton Moore and Rene Francisco and my wife. And I was like, what happened? and she told me like, hey, your dad passed away. It was like, it was a big moment for me. I never expected to see my dad like pass away. And I was like, wow, I don't believe he passed away when they told me, because it's hard to understand like, oh, your dad passed away. Especially me, I was really close to my dad. It was really sad. I won't be able to pitch if they told me before the game started. So I think my wife made the right choice to wait and see me pitch that game.
Back on the field, Volquez's teammates were confident as their bullpen entered the tie game.
Got him looking one away.
From the top to the bottom, any guy that comes in the game is capable of getting the job done.
Swung at it, missed strike 3.
It's nice to know that when the starter's job is done, that the bullpen has the opportunity to come in and finish everything off.
But in the 8th, Juan Lagares won a 9-pitch struggle with Kelvin Herrera.
What an at-bat by Lagares. Man, that was a battle.
And then stole second base, before Wilmer Flores bounced one towards the Royals' Gold Glover at first.
Right side, and it gets through. Yeah! Here comes Lagares, and the Mets take the lead. Hosmer could not make the play.
I got the hop I wanted, came in and charged it, but just nicked off the side of my glove there.
It's not quite a gets through Buckner, but it gets by Hosmer.
You know, as a teammate, as a player, it's never a good feeling having that happen.
But as the Royals headed to the bottom of the 9th, trailing 4-3, the situation was familiar. 5 times already in the postseason, Kansas City had mounted late-game comebacks. Now, though, they were facing a Mets closer who'd been all but unhittable throughout October.
To the shortstop, Flores. 1 out.
Familia to that point was absolutely unhittable. I mean, he hadn't blown a save since the middle of the summer. And I'm like, oh, geez, man, this is going to be tough.
Now for Familia, we're talking about 10 1/3 innings in the postseason, 2 hits allowed.
Here's Alex Gordon, 0 for 2 with a walk.
Think about the difference in this game being an unearned run. How rare that is for Kansas City. The first unearned run they've allowed in 136 innings.
We never give up. We go out there every inning. As many outs as we have left, we're going to take advantage of it. That's just who we are. That's Kansas City Royals baseball.
Familia sets. 1-1 pitch. Gordon in the air to center. Back at the wall. This game is tied.
For him to hit that homer, it's crazy.
Alex Gordon with a drive to straightaway center field.
The second that ball left Gordon's bat, you could tell that ball was way out.
Way over the wall in center to tie it and get Hosmer off the hook.
Hosmer saying all that Billy Buckner stuff. Come on now.
Just exciting to keep the game moving, you know, let a ball slip through and, you know, give up the go-ahead run. You just beg for another opportunity to do something positive for your team. Gordo, you know, came up big for us off a guy like Familia who doesn't really give up many home runs, let alone run.
That's the first run this postseason against Familia. First blown save since the 30th of July.
Familia has been, I mean, not even good, not even great. You know, something beyond that, you know, this year for us. So, of course, when he gives up a run, you know, everybody's kind of in shock.
A stunning moment here in the bottom of the 9th.
This place is pulsating at the moment. The game is tied 4-4. The Royals are still breathing.
Game 1 of the World Series was headed to extra innings, and the momentum was all on one side.
When Gordo hit that home run, I think there wasn't a doubt in our minds that we were going to finish it off.
Wade Davis pitched a scoreless 10th, and Ryan Madsen did the same in the 11th. And then, Ned Yost called on a member of his rotation to continue the job.
I had warmed up, I was ready to go. I just didn't know how long that would be.
Another 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider in the dirt, and there are 2 down in the bottom of the 12th.
I was really coming in, trying to be aggressive in the strike zone, execute pitches, and attack the hitters.
Struck out the side.
Young didn't allow a run or a hit over 3 innings of work.
We love being tied late because we feel like we can throw pitchers out there that are going to hold the score until we can find a way to score a run and win that ball game.
And sure enough, in the bottom of the 14th, an error and then a hit opened the door for Hosmer to get some redemption.
As soon as I was on the stairs there and went to walk to the on-deck circle, you just kind of peeked in their dugout and saw one of their coaches put up the 4 sign that they're going to walk Kane.
First and third, nobody out. They're going to walk Kane. Load him up.
Right when I saw that, it was just kind of a trigger in my mind that this is time to step up.
What a night for Hosmer, huh? Had the big air. Now he's got a chance to be the big hero.
Especially after that 8th inning, I felt like it was my time to do something for the club right there.
Hosmer can win it. Into right. Granderson back. Escobar tags. Here comes Escobar. The Royals win game 1. Hosmer drives home. The winner in the 14th.
Glad I can have the opportunity to do something positive for the team there, because that doesn't happen without CY, without Gordo, without these guys. It just came through, and it was a great feeling.
And after a long battle, the Royals, in 14 innings, take Game 1 of the World Series 5-4.
Woo! 6 injured.
Oh, baby. The way these 2 teams competed tonight, we saw an epic battle.
You know, I wanted to redeem myself for what happened earlier, and that's the beauty about this. It's huge to get Game 1 for us, and yeah, I think that game just kind of resembles the character of our team and what we've been doing all year.
Let's go! We got 2 more, guys. 2 more, okay? 2 more. Now we go.
A 5-hour, 9-minute Game 1. 14-inning marathon.
It was amazing. They set up an exciting series for us.
Definitely waited it out, that's for sure.
Only redeem yourself.
You get off the field, you have all the joy from a crazy game that's going on, and we finally come out on the positive side of it, and to come in the dugout and hear the terrible news that, you know, one of our brother's family members had passed away. It just hit everybody right there.
And for me, I heard the news right after the game.
I found out in the 14th inning, right before we won the game. I was standing next to Ned, and he told me, he said, let's win this game for Volquez, and then explain what happened.
We've had it 3 times this year with Chris Young's father, Mike Moustakas' mother, and now Edison. And you just see the strength and the brotherhood of our club when we have the loss of a loved one, and how guys just rally around them and pick them up.
You know, losing my mom earlier this year, it's difficult, something that you don't want anybody else to go through. But it's part of life, and it happens. That's where a team comes in, and everybody can be there for you, and you can lean on each other, and that really helps a lot when you're going through a tough time like that.
I went through it about a month ago, losing my father. Coming back to the group of guys was so uplifting, and I felt like these guys are going to pick me up. We can't lose tonight because these guys aren't going to let me. And they told me that. And I think the group feels the same way for Eddie. We know the pain that he's gone through, and certainly we'll do anything to help him and believe in him, and know that he's going to help us find a way to win.
Volquez was already on his way to the Dominican Republic for his father's funeral by game's end. But he'd reached out to his teammates to make clear how much the game still mattered to him.
And what was the text message he sent you?
They tell me, they text me like he say, thank you guys for winning this game for me and for my family.
Hola amigos, juego número 2. de la Serie Mundial, World Series, guys, okay? You just need to play hard and we're gonna see what happens. Have fun, okay? Have fun.
Barely 12 hours after the Game 1 marathon had finally ended, both teams were back on the field, already focused on Game 2.
Hit and run, you gotta swing. Gotta swing. You have to swing. Now the shortstop's covering. Oh.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good luck.
Nice to see you. Thank you, buddy.
Great job.
Hey, it's one game. We got 6 more to play. We had a chance to win the game. We didn't win it. So tonight we got to get after it again.
Each and every game is going to be, like it was last night, a grind for both teams because we are so equally matched.
We're going live.
Jacob deGrom, Johnny Cueto, our pitching matchup tonight, and enigmatic has been the defining characteristic of Johnny Cueto's time in Kansas City, a trade deadline pickup with great promise, and now frankly you don't know which Cueto you're going to get, the good or the bad.
A veces uno se levanta mal, a veces te levanta sin fuerza, pero esa vez yo tenía bastante fuerza y ánimo de pichar.
The Mets on the other side feel great about sending what they believe is their best pitcher with a chance to square the series and send it back to New York.
We're facing one of the best pitchers in the game. You know, deGrom has been, lights out pretty much all year, and if you can't get ready for him, you're not ready.
Recent history has shown the winner in Game 1 of the World Series has typically gone on to a series win, but all time, a 2-0 World Series lead has turned into a championship 79% of the time for the team ahead.
We have to defend home field here. This is a huge series against a great team, and we got to go out there and find a way to keep winning each ball game. Winning Game 1 is important, but winning Game 2 is more important.
Cueto and deGrom matched zeros for the first 3 innings. But in the 4th, Cueto started to struggle with his control.
2 walks in the inning, and it's 2 on 1 out with Cespedes coming up.
Cespedes!
This is one of those stretches here for Cueto where he's got to get it back together, and if you're the Mets, you got to get after him.
Estaba bien penoso, estaba bien fuerte. Yo saqué el doble play, pero no tuvimos chance de hacer el chino.
Swinging a bouncing ball near third. Moustakas has got it. Steps on the bag. Wings the throw wide. Safe the call. The Mets get a huge break. It is not a double play to end the inning.
Pero dije, bueno, tengo ahora que fajarme con este bateador y sacarle out.
And rather than the inning being over, the Mets are still breathing with runners at first and second, 2 down to Lucas Duda.
Hello.
The loop shot, shallow left field, gonna drop, base hit.
Oh, that'll work, baby, that'll work.
Here comes Murphy, heading to the plate. He's gonna score. The Mets take the lead 1-0.
El line de los Mets no es como un line no malo. Y si tú te descuidas y que, no, un equipito, como a veces uno dice, ahí vienen y te dan tu palo.
The Mets lead 1-0 here in the 4th inning.
The Mets had come into the series hoping their starters would dominate. And through 4 innings, deGrom held KC scoreless.
On the outside corner, struck him out.
But then in the 5th, the Royals' bats woke up.
That's a base hit in the left. And it's the bottom of the order with a walk and a single. Back to the top. Escobar coming up.
Hell yeah, player!
Now it'll be interesting to see how they're going to try to defend this. Is he going to bunt? Is he going to swing?
All right, Esky will probably bunt on his own here, so just make sure it's down.
I didn't even put a sign on there. I said, I know Esky's going to bunt.
He is bunting foul.
Foul ball. It's like, okay, he'll get it down this time. Boom, foul ball again.
Bunting again, and again, it's pushed foul.
I turned to Mike Moustakas and I said, okay, let's just go ahead and get a single right here.
That's into center field, a base hit.
Come on, come on, come on, come on!
Here comes the runner, Gort. Tie game.
Yeah! That boy Esky! Hell yeah!
So he couldn't get the bunt down twice. And what does he do? Drives in a run with a base hit.
He's just a spark plug at the top of the lineup. I think, everyone knows he goes up there hacking, especially the first time through, and just does a really good job to adjusting the situation.
All through the postseason, Eric Hosmer had been a master of key situations himself. With just 1 hit with the bases empty, compared to a .346 average and 13 RBIs with runners on. and with 2 outs in the 5th, he faced DeGrom with men on 2nd and 3rd.
That's up the middle. Base hit. Rios scores. Here comes Escobar. It's 3-1.
You're not going to have many opportunities with the guy who's on the mound to get runs in, so whenever we had a chance at a big inning, we had to take full advantage of it.
Boy, has Eric Hosmer made his hits count or what? 3-1 Kansas City.
Kendrys Morales followed Hosmer with a single of his own, which brought up Mike Moustakas and another chance for an RBI.
That's a ground ball into right center. In to score is Hosmer. It's 4-1.
They just keep coming at you. Put so much pressure on the pitcher to make perfect pitches.
Jake started out the game, he was very, very good. And all of a sudden in the 5th inning, you know, he lost command. And that team's good enough that they put the bat on the ball.
This is a lineup that is relentless, it's balanced, it's good 1 through 9. It's a fun team to watch.
It's just who we are. That's Kansas City Royals baseball. We know that we're going to be able to keep the line moving, as we always say, and find a way to win a ball game.
Well, these guys put on a clinic. They are special.
With yet another postseason rally, the Royals had taken control of Game 2. Now it was Johnny Cueto's turn to regain control and prevent the Mets from mounting a comeback of their own.
Strike 3 called over the inside. And right after the Royals score 4 in the bottom of the 5th inning, Cueto has a 1-2-3, top of the 6th.
After his kind of up and down performance at times in September, for him to come into the World Series game, the biggest game of his career, and pitch like he did, just proved that he is the ace that we thought he was coming in.
Johnny Cueto has been in charge.
We knew Johnny would pitch great here at home. He loves this place, he's comfortable in this place, and he didn't disappoint.
Cueto finished off the 8th inning by retiring his 13th straight batter and returned to the dugout to accept a few high fives, but also convince his manager to let him keep going.
Johnny was fighting, he wanted to go back out. And I'm like, okay, look, you've done your job very, very well tonight, but keep your head in the game, because if we score a couple runs, I'm gonna let you go back out.
And sure enough, the club that had been doing damage late in games all through the playoffs did it again in the 8th, with Escobar providing the finishing shot.
Here's one into center. Back is Lagares. Over his head. Gordon scores. Flying to third is Escobar. They just keep coming. 7-1 Royals.
Ellos me dijeron si hacíamos 2 carreras más que yo iba para adentro. Gracias a Dios que hicimos 3 carreras más y piché mis 9 innings como lo quería.
We go to the 9th inning, 7-1 Kansas City on top. And this crowd was anxious to see Cueto pop out of that dugout, try and finish what he started.
Tenía que irme largo porque el bullpen ya estaba cansado, ¿entiendes? Iba a tirar todo el mundo y ese juego jugamos 14 innings y gracias a Dios que lo cumplí así, me fui largo y me fui completo.
Broken bat, fly ball, right field. How about Cueto? Royals up 2-0.
It was an unreal outing by him. He did a phenomenal job, and that's why we got him, for that game right there.
Alcides Escobar wanted that baseball as he presents it to Johnny Cueto.
Esto es un juego importante. Estos juegos cuando tú ganas hay que celebrarlo bastante bien porque no es fácil aquí en los playoffs.
Johnny Cueto, a complete game 2-hitter as he pitched up a huge win in his first ever World Series appearance, and the Royals win 7-1. Well, the Mets can't wait to get this series to Citi Field. Right now, though, Game 2 belongs to Johnny Cueto.
After we lost Game 2, I walked in the clubhouse and I said, we've been here before. We're not down. We got a very positive attitude going into Game 3.
Regardless, you got to win 4 games. You know, whether you lose the first 2, win the first 2, you got to win 4. This isn't the ideal position to be in, but by no means is this thing over.
The series is far from over. There's still a lot of work yet to do.
Yes, sir. That's two. Let's take the show to New York, baby. Let's take the show to New York.
You know, we're going to head into a tough environment over there in New York, so it was important for us to take these two. And I think that's one thing we've learned as a team is you can't let up at all, and you know you got to keep the foot on the gas.
Two more, two more, guys, two more.
We've been continually mystified as each pitcher to start the game keeps throwing strikes to Escobar, who's openly said that he's going to swing at anything. I literally think he could throw the ball to the backstop and he might swing at it.
Seguro que sí, man. Seguro. De una vez seguro. La única forma que no haga swing, bien afuera, malo, pero ahí, I'm ready.
It's something else being able to watch Escobar go up there and hit and swing at the first pitch almost every single game. But I got a few tricks up my sleeve that I'll be able to break out tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to it.
From Citi Field in Flushing, Queens, welcome to New York Mets baseball. Tonight, the Mets face the Kansas City Royals in Game 3 of the 2015 World Series, the first World Series game played in Citi Field history. The starting pitchers tonight for Kansas City, right-hander Yordano Ventura, and for the Mets, rookie right-hander Noah Syndergaard.
So far, so good for Kansas City. They did what they had to do at home. And if the Mets want to climb back into this series, they need their number 34 to step up here tonight.
Certainly, we got all the confidence in the world that Noah Syndergaard tonight is going to go out and do what we need to have done, and that's, you know, get us back in the series.
And here we go.
Up and over his head into the backstop. Ball one. Message, try swinging at that, bub.
It's game on, no doubt about it.
Mets fans love it. I don't think Moustakas did.
No, obviously, I wasn't a big fan of it. You know, the guy threw a 97-mile-an-hour heater, high level, pretty close to a guy's head, and had a plan to do that. We're an intense team. We play with our emotions on our sleeves, and you know, when that happened, it kind of just took us to that next level.
Zobrist, a switch hitter, batting left.
Here's Cespedes back on the move, won't get it. Short hops the wall, and it's a one-out double for Ben Zobrist.
Syndergaard had sent a message. The Royals' response was to just keep playing their game, putting the ball in play.
Little excuse me bouncer that gets past Syndergaard. Wright picks up, and he'll have no play. Runners at the corners with one away in the top of the first.
This is another reason why the Royals, in their ability, even in this situation, to hit the ball and see what happens. And a chopper towards first, leaping Duda. He grabs it, throws to second, one, Flores to first. Wide throw. It was taken wide of the bag with Syndergaard and Duda both there off the bag. So Zobrist scores, and the Royals have a 1-0 lead.
Haas runs pretty well for a first baseman, so as I'm crossing the plate, I'm just looking, hoping that he's going to be able to make it there. He put enough pressure on the defense right there with his legs to get the job done.
But in the bottom of the first, Granderson immediately got on base for the Mets, which brought up New York's franchise player in a potential huge spot, but shadowed, as he'd been virtually all season, by doubt.
The question right now for me, for the Mets, is what is New York going to get out of this guy, their captain, David Wright? He's had the bad back. He's got spinal stenosis.
It was a hamstring injury in mid-April that first revealed Wright's condition and left many wondering not just when, but if he'd return to action.
The David Wright thing is depressing. This could be career-threatening. If I had to bet right now, I really think it's over.
There's never been a question in my mind that, you know, not only am I gonna, come back, but I'm gonna come back sooner, rather than later.
During all of this inactivity, he used words like angry, upset, frustrated.
When you're sitting there doing your rehab, you dream about trying to get into October, and that's, I think, the ultimate motivation.
He has missed 115 regular season games.
Still trying to get on track. He's 2 for 11 in the series, hitting just .171 during the postseason. Well hit to left field. It may go. Gordon back. There it goes. Home run! David Wright has hit his first World Series home run, and the Mets have taken a 2-1 lead.
All those summers and all those countless hours spent in the backyard pretending that you're in the World Series. And then your dreams come true. You know, your first at-bat at home in your first World Series, you know, you get a chance to hit a home run. To be able to come to New York in front of friends, family, the fans, the city. I mean, that's going to be one of the best moments that I ever have on a baseball field.
Wright's dramatic blast gave the Mets a 2-1 lead in the second. But when Syndergaard returned to the mound, the Royals just kept putting the ball in play.
It was kind of a weird couple first innings for Noah. I thought he threw the ball great, got a few dink hits.
Here's a fly ball down the left field line. It's fair.
You could see it was frustrating him a little bit.
I'm sure Syndergaard thinking, well, not a whole lot I can do about that. I sawed him off. He's standing at first base, and now here comes Alex Gordon.
It's almost like we pick an innings and we're just like, let's just keep the line moving.
Fastball line to second over the head of Murphy. Base hit right field.
It's like nothing I've been a part of. It's just like, hey, let's get on, let's do it, and we're going to do it. It's almost like on command.
That's into left field, the base hit. Perez rounds third. He'll come home. Up with the ball, Conforto, his throw to third, the slide, safe at third.
And immediately David Wright says, challenge that play.
I knew as I was catching the ball and bringing it down to apply the tag that I felt like I had clipped something.
Hey, we've been aggressive all year.
You know, it can't hurt just to let the coaches know that, hey, you know, let's check this out and see if there's an out here.
They got him, he's out. Yep,
that's huge.
It's a big point in the game. Could have been a situation with runners in scoring position with nobody out, and you know, they could have had something rolling there.
But after a sacrifice bunt moved Rios to third, a rolling ball to the backstop gave the Royals a chance to reclaim the edge.
It's a breaking ball through the legs of d'Arnaud. It's going to the backstop. In to score, standing without a throw is Rios, and the Royals take the lead. It's 3-2.
In the bottom of the inning, though, the Mets continued to hammer away at a less than sharp Yordano Ventura.
Syndergaard got a hanging curveball on an 0-2 pitch, and he singles to right.
He definitely battled early on. It was just mis-executing a couple pitches.
2-1 delivery. Granderson swings and he slams it down the right field line. Into the corner she goes. It is a fair ball, and it's gone! Granderson has put the Mets on top. New York takes the lead. 4-3 Mets in the bottom of the third.
Might not have had his best stuff, but all he can do from that point on was just battle and hope for his teammates to pick him up.
But in the fourth, it became all the more evident it wasn't Ventura's night.
The Mets have two in scoring position with nobody out. Ventura comes set and pitches. Swinging a ground ball. Hosmer now comes over and cuts it off.
Got a run to the bag, diving, safe, and the run scores. 5-3 Mets.
And on a little tapper to the right side, the Royals do not get a single out.
Estaba enfocado en lo mío, en tirar detrás, y las cosas no me salieron como yo quisiera, y nada, tú sabes, esa es la pelota.
And here comes Ned Yost out of the third base dugout, and that is going to be it for Yordano Ventura.
Es una situación que ningún pitcher quiere salir de ahí.
2 innings later, it was Syndergaard who found himself in that kind of situation. After retiring 12 straight Royals, his command began to waver.
And it's inside ball 4. The bases are loaded. And it's decision time for Terry Collins.
Will he go one more with Syndergaard?
Gutsy decision right here.
Tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first. The bases loaded, 2 out. Terry Collins staying with Syndergaard.
A lot of confidence in the young man here.
I think that's when you see what a starting pitcher's made of, is when you go out there, you maybe don't have your best command or your best stuff that night, but you find a way to keep your team in the game and put up zeros.
Bouncing ball up the middle, Flores to his left, has it, throws to first, got him, side retired.
persevere and just keep us in the ball game. That's that bulldog mentality that you want to go out there and win for that type of guy.
And in the bottom of the inning, Wright would find himself in a position to deliver a blow to put Game 3 out of reach.
With the Mets having scored a run in this sixth inning, they lead 6-3. Here is David Wright with an opportunity to really give the Mets some desperately needed breathing room against a Kansas City team that you just can't squash.
Bases loaded, you know, you have to remember that, hey, let's take a deep breath here, especially in this situation. You know, don't get caught up in the moment, don't get out of your game. So I think the biggest thing was just try to make it as simple as possible. Look for a pitch that I can try to hit up the middle and give it a nice, easy swing.
Line to center field, base hit for David. One run scores, here comes Uribe, no throw. And on at first with a 2-run single is David Wright, and the Mets have an 8-3 lead. David has driven in 4 runs in this game.
You're happy for David, you're happy for the team.
The Mets head to the 9th inning, leading the Royals 9-3.
We're in a situation where, you know, we need to win games.
Serves a little ground ball for David Wright, and we have a series, folks.
We fully understand it's going to be a dogfight. They're a good ball club. They play with a lot of passion, and so there's going to be no quit out of them.
It's always nice to be able to get to hang out with family, especially before we head out to the games, because you know they're all there supporting us. It's kind of the same mentality for us and for all the families that were there with us.
No worry. No worry.
You feel like this is a deciding game.
Love you, baby. He's good, all right? All right, see you at the game. All right, my brother. Good luck, dude. Bye, Nicole.
Bye.
All righty.
Love you, sweetheart.
Love you too.
Go get him.
It's Game 4 of the 2015 World Series.
On the mound for the Royals, the big 6'10" right-hander Chris Young.
Royals up in this World Series 2-1. Mets got back in it last night.
So a lot at stake tonight.
The Royals hope to go up 3-1 over the Mets.
We're doing the best we can do it to win the game. We're going to see what happens in the next time.
If the Mets win, we're all square at 2 games apiece.
Halloween, what kind of trick or treat do we have in store tonight?
This becomes the biggest game in the World Series for us. I don't know any other way to approach it except have it that way.
Big night for the local product rookie Steven Matz, getting the call in Game 4 of the World Series.
Quite frankly, he's the one guy that really made me nervous because we had struggled at times against power left-handers with a swing and miss curveball.
As Game 4 got started, Ned Yost's fears of the 24-year-old Mets starter were confirmed. And while Matz shut down KC, in the third, another Mets rookie, 22-year-old Michael Conforto, haunted them further.
Conforto hits one into right. Towards the upper deck. It is fair. Home run, Conforto.
Wilmer Flores followed that up with a base hit and got to third with 1 out, which gave Granderson an opportunity to add to the Mets' lead.
Granderson into right. Rios will come up ready to throw. Flores will tag.
Go ahead, go.
Throw to the plate is not in time. 2-0 New York.
So they ambushed me twice to start the inning, but with our offense, I felt like, okay, hold it here, limit the damage, and we're going to win this game.
But Steven Matz wasn't making that easy. Through 4 innings, he allowed just 2 hits while striking out 5.
He's got everything working tonight.
But in the top of the 5th, Salvador Perez got things going for the Royals.
Curve lifted in the air to left center, hustling over Cespedes.
Cespedes kicks it away, and Salvador Perez will coast into second.
And the Royals had their first runner in scoring position tonight.
Lined in the air to right, moving over Granderson. He won't get it.
Perez will come around third to score. It's a 2-1 game.
Matz escaped the 5th without further damage. And then, in the bottom of the inning, his fellow rookie stepped at the plate again.
Home run!
hits his second home run of the game.
He's had a rough postseason. You know, he hasn't had a lot of hits, but he's dangerous, and tonight he showed that.
And the Mets have a 3-1 lead.
That certainly was a big run at the time. Not by any stretch of the imagination did we think the game was over.
Sure enough for the Royals, the game plan would be the same in the 6th. Try and pressure Matz with his pitch count continuing to rise.
What's it going to be for Steven Matz here in the 6th inning?
Matz was dealing, pitching really well, and we weren't really doing anything off of him until the 6th there, and I just wanted to make sure I was on his fastball.
Here's a line drive into left center field. This ball is going to get down and go to the wall.
I breathed an exhale personally, but I think the team did too, knowing, okay, we're going to get on him yet. We're going to get him right here in the 6th.
Rounded up the middle. This ball is through.
Here comes Zobrist, and the Royals get that run back immediately on an RBI single by their all-star center fielder.
The run knocked Matz out of the game, but the Mets bullpen stemmed the damage there, and New York held their 1-run lead into the 8th, putting them just 6 outs from evening the series. But the Royals had spent all of October showing just how hard it would be to put them away.
Whenever the opportunity presents itself, it might be the 5th inning, it might be the 7th, it might be the 9th. We'll be ready when it happens.
Correa, he misplayed it. 2-run score, and this game is tied.
The guys just do a tremendous job of really taking advantage of those opportunities.
Bottom of the 7th inning, one pitch and a pop-up.
It's Goins calling, gives way to Bautista, and neither makes the catch.
That's in right field.
Line drive, left center, it's down for a hit.
Line drive, base hit, tie game.
We never give up. We never think that we're out of the game. We keep playing until the last out's made.
The third is Kane.
Bautista throws to second. Kane's coming home. Tulowitzki's throw.
Royals lead.
Unbelievable.
This has been a team that has never lacked in the confidence that they can come back in any situation.
Top of the order for the Royals. We go to the 8th.
Escobar with a comebacker snared by Clippard. And the Royals are down to their last 5 outs tonight.
1 out, nobody on. Here's Zobrist.
And the 3-1 misses outside.
The tying run is on. Sure, the stomach is turning for Terry Collins down in the dugout.
You know, we said we're going to start with Clippard, but I didn't want to have to burn Jerice tonight for 2 innings.
That's ball 4, and it's 2 on with 1 out. Back-to-back walks by Clippard.
And he has just really kicked open the door and handed the Royals an invitation.
Here comes Terry Collins, and he needs his closer.
This could be the crossroads of the 2015 World Series.
Okay, this guy has no picks at second base this year. None. Okay?
How quick is he to play?
He can be like 40, but he picks up the target before he goes to the plate. He gives you 1 look, he locks on the plate, and then he goes. No inside moves, no picks, no nothing there. Just look at him for a couple pitches and see what he's got. Because the thing is, you got these 2 guys coming up, you don't really have to do anything. Yeah.
I don't think it's overstating it when you say the World Series is on the line right here. If the Royals pull this one out of the fire, they are in great shape. If the Mets hang on, this series is evened up at 2 apiece, and anything goes.
Zobrist at second, Kane at first.
1 out, 8th inning, 3-2 New York.
The batter will be Eric Hosmer.
Come on, Haas! Come on, Haas!
It's a team that just looks for a little crack. You know, if you find a little crack, they're going to make something happen.
Murphy has it, get under his glove!
Come on, Haas! Come on! Right here, right here, right here, right here!
Here comes Zobrist!
And this game is 3-3 in the 8th.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Now we're talking!
Wow, you talk about giving a game away. 2 walks and an error. And thank you very much.
in postseason, you can't give away outs. You know, you can't give good teams opportunities to score extra runs because they can do it.
It's huge. You got to pounce on any opportunity you got, especially against Familia, who's been throwing the ball lights out for those guys.
Mike Moustakas, the batter. That's to the right side. In to score is Kane, and going first and third is Hosmer.
More late magic for Kansas City. They've taken a 4-3 lead.
Attaboy!
Certainly one of those situations where, you know, we couldn't stop the bleeding.
The 2-2 pitch now to Perez. That's into right field. That ball's going to get down. Another run scores. It's 5-3.
Once they get rolling, it just doesn't stop.
That boy, player!
Hold on! Let's go!
It's a 3-run top of the 8th and a nightmare of a meltdown here in the 8th inning for the Mets.
That just took all the energy out of the stadium. The task of getting one run off of Wade Davis is virtually impossible, and then you throw another run on top of that, you just know the game's sealed from that point on.
But while Wade Davis kept the Mets hitless in the 8th, some of their biggest bats were due up in the 9th, and New York wasn't about to go down quietly.
The 2-2. Hard hit left side and through Moustakas. Murphy is on with 1 out in the 9th.
You know, gave up that hit to Murphy, which I usually play step and a dive, and that was more of a step, and I don't know what happened, but got the base hit.
And that's going to bring the tying run to the plate.
Cespedes 3 for 7 against Wade Davis.
The 1-1. That's into right, a base hit.
Tying run on base. Winning run comes to the plate.
And now with Davis working his 2nd inning, he's given up back-to-back hits. Murphy the runner at 2nd. Cespedes carries the tying run at 1st.
Now the power-hitting first baseman, Lucas Duda.
Wade threw a cutter in on Duda's hands.
The 0-1 to Duda.
And I saw it coming over my way.
Broken bat, that is caught.
I kind of glanced up to see what the runners were doing, and then I saw Cespedes really off of first base. So I ended up just catching it and doubling him up.
And the knock is Cespedes, and the game is over. Yoenis Cespedes just took off, and he's doubled off.
Ended the game, which was a pretty big win for us.
Game turned on a mistake, ended on a mistake.
A wild finish after a wild night.
This is about the collective bunch, a group of guys all fighting for one another, getting the job done in a complete team effort.
It was a big game for us to win, you know, take a 3-game-to-1 lead. I think everybody's going to come to the park tomorrow ready to go.
And the Kansas City Royals are 1 win away.
One more.
Yeah.
I remember the bus ride. Heading to the park and everyone just talking about the thought of winning a World Series, and if we win this one more game, that's what can happen. Everyone kind of had the same mentality, and that was, we've been grinding since a lot of us January, February together in Arizona, and we're 1 game away from this, but let's not change the mentality we've had. Let's not change what we've done for 8 straight months. Let's just try as hard as we can to treat this as another day at the office.
One more.
Just coming in, getting our work done, and hopefully get out to a nice little lead.
If the Royals could get an early lead, that would be the punch to the gut to knock the Mets out. But that's not how the Royals have been playing in this postseason.
Of their 10 postseason wins, 7 of them have been come-from-behind style wins.
There's been plenty of times we can relate back to comebacks throughout the season and comebacks throughout the postseason that we can relate to and say, you know, we've done it before, why not do it again?
I feel good. I just got to break it down a little bit. That's right over the top of it.
And for the New York Mets, they are playing behind their ace, Matt Harvey. And like his manager told him here yesterday when he left the park, you want to win back the city? This is your chance.
It had been the most difficult chapter of Matt Harvey's comeback story, a controversy over an innings limit that had broken in September.
Matt Harvey's agent Scott Boras saying a hard limit of 180 innings, including playoffs.
The supposed ace, he could give a rat's tail about the team he pitched for.
He likes to come across as basically Batman, and now he's going to hem and haw.
The drama had mostly subsided by the time Harvey earned 2 playoff victories. Now in Game 5, he was looking for the start to define not just his season, but his young career.
The inning stuff, I think that's kind of all taken care of and obviously completely thrown out of the window. So the biggest thing is going out and doing everything I can to help this team and try and get us another win.
Matt Harvey survived Game 1 without having his, quote, A stuff. And we'll see what he has tonight.
Chuck him out. 89-mile-an-hour slider. Inning over. Good start for Harvey.
And it's back to Kansas City's Game 1 starter as well, the 32-year-old veteran Edinson Volquez.
I don't think I've ever pulled for a starting pitcher like I'll be pulling for Edinson Volquez tonight. The week that he's gone through, Game 1, he pitches very, very well for the Royals. And then he finds out after he finishes pitching that his father, Daniel, has passed away.
It's been really tough for me. I went back to Dominican, and my mom told me, like, you know, your dad is very proud of you right now. Just go over there and pitch. He wants you to pitch, and I want you to pitch.
Change-up lifted in the air to deep right center. Back goes Kane at the track, at the wall. It is gone. Curtis Granderson with a home run, giving the Mets exactly the jolt of adrenaline that they need. He leads off the bottom of the first with a home run, and the Mets have a 1-0 lead.
It was hard for me to concentrate because I would think a little bit of my dad. But at the same time, you gotta stay focused in what you want to do.
David Wright swings right through a pitch and down he goes. Volquez comes back from the home run.
That's a tailing fastball for strike 3.
It's a great feeling for me to be over there and compete with Harvey.
We move into the top of the 4th, and the Mets clinging to that 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss. He got him.
This is when you walk back to the dugout and you say, "Fasten your seatbelt, boys. He's on tonight."
And now 2 out as Harvey has struck out 4 on the night.
He just came out with a different mentality. You can tell from the first game in Kansas City. He wanted to come with power. He was going to come and be aggressive, and he really just came out a different pitcher. Was firing his fastball a lot.
0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. He got him. And it's his night so far. The Mets continue to lead in the pivotal Game 5.
And now Volquez has retired 8 of the last 9.
That's strikeout number 5. Both right-handers are on tonight.
The score stayed 1-0 into the bottom of the 6th. But then the Mets loaded the bases, looking to add to the lead.
Swinging a liner in the air to left. Going back, Kane. It should score a run. Kane makes the catch, flat-footed. Tagging is Granderson. He scores from third. It's a sacrifice fly for Lucas Duda, and the Mets do add a run. They now lead 2-0.
I was like, you know, you stay in the game. I stay in the game because they need you.
It would still be a victory for Volquez if he can get d'Arnaud and keep this a one-run inning.
Ground ball left side. Moustakas. Good job by Volquez to get out of it.
I went back to the dugout, and I said, Dave, Erlin, pitching coach was like, hey, man, I'm very proud of you. You're done already. And I was like, all right, thank you. I think I did my job because I kept the team alive to win the game.
He did what Eddie Volquez did all year long, really limited the damage, only giving up 1 run. Before he pitched, he said, all I want to do is go make my family proud. I want to make my dad proud. I want to make my family proud. And when he got done, I put my arms around him and said, you did it. Your dad's really proud of you today.
For me, the game just now starts with a 2-0 lead for Harvey. He's getting ready to go 3rd time and then possibly into the 4th time through the lineup.
Left side, right. Harvey through 7.
He has been absolutely dominating it. An indomitable ball club. Harvey is at 93 pitches here in the 8th inning. Jeurys Familia starts to warm in the bullpen right now.
In the air to center. Right there, Lagares. How about Matt Harvey? Through 8. There may be an interesting decision coming up for Terry Collins.
Terry Collins might have had designs on taking Matt out. Matt had other ideas.
I told him that we were going to go. That was enough, and the kiss came over, and he said, "I want this game. I want it bad." And I said, "Matty, you've got us exactly where we wanted to get you." And he said, "I want this game."
It's not an easy call for Terry Collins at all. Thinking about winning the game, of course, but also thinking about the future, the huge future in front of Matt Harvey.
Here's a 3-2. Strike 3 call, and good work by Herrera.
Collins, who's had Harvey's back all year, will he send him back out now?
He's got to start the 9th and see what happens.
He's been through a tough summer. He's been beaten down.
He wants to finish.
Let's see what they decide.
I just trusted him, and I said, "You got it."
Matt Harvey delivered 8 brilliant innings for the Mets, and he's going to get a chance to go all the way.
They were ready to run him out of town. Talk of an innings limit. He's 3 outs away from having a bridge or a tunnel named after him.
You know that if there's 3 outs left on the table, that he's the guy that's going to want to go out there and get those 3 outs. You knew it's going to be tough, but that's the motto we've had all year. We got to find a way to get to him. Locaine, you're leading off an inning, so do anything you can to get on base.
And it's low, ball 4. He missed with a slider, and this may be it.
Got to make that man a little anxious right there.
Now Hosmer, and he represents the tying run.
This has to be eating Terry to pieces.
Now Harvey working out of the stretch. Didn't think they would push him.
Kane takes off. Strike 1. Throw down. Too late. Stolen base.
That bag takes away a double play.
Royals had fought back the entire postseason. A chance here in the 9th inning.
The whole entire game, he had just been beating me inside, especially with a lot of hard stuff. So I told myself if he's out there on the mound and he wants to get beat, he's gonna want to get beat by one of his best pitches. So I told myself to be ready for something hard.
That's in the air to left. Back comes forward. It's over his head. Up against the wall.
Come on, Haas! You gotta go fast. Come on! Come on! Come on!
1 run scores in the tie run, the second Hosmer.
The Mets lead has cut to 2-1. Here come the Royals again.
Just kind of gives us the spark that we needed. The time is now, and this is possible. Let's get it going.
Here comes Terry Collins. So maybe against his better judgment, the emotional appeal made by Matt Harvey, and he convinced his manager that things were okay, but it didn't turn out that way.
Obviously, I let my heart get in the way of my gut, and, I love my players, and I trust them. It didn't work, so.
The relentless Royals have the tying run at second and nobody out as Jeurys Familia comes into the game.
At that point, we'd seen him enough where we had a pretty good idea what we're going to get. Moose does a great job of getting the runner to third.
Wright, Flores, Murphy, Duda, all in. Less reaction time of the ball hit on the ground by Perez, but they'll do anything they can to keep that run from scoring. The swing and a little broken bat, one hopper to the left side. Wright has it, looks the runner back.
We all know that David Wright is playing banged up. He's playing through, some stuff in his shoulder. You see that he had to make sure he got his shuffles in and threw the ball over.
Looks the runner back, throws to first in time, throw to first, runner coming home.
As a first baseman, the last thing you're expecting is the guy on third to be running home in that situation.
Broke on the throw, and the errant throw to the plate has tied it at 2. The Royals have come back again.
That play was built on Eric Hosmer's aggressive, smart base running.
I just felt that it was the best opportunity for us to steal a run and to get back into that game.
A throw anywhere near home plate, and you're packing your bags for Kansas City.
It's something that didn't work out. I realized I'd have to be answering a lot of questions on why I did it. It's just a risk that it seemed like we were willing to take pretty much the whole entire season.
Hosmer gambling that he could dash home, and the Royals have tied the game.
As the game went into extra innings, the Royals once again turned to their bullpen.
Luke Hochevar has pitched 9 2/3 scoreless innings this postseason.
And the score remained tied at 2 heading into the 12th.
That's a little fly ball down the right field line. It is fair. Perez will hold it first with a leadoff single.
We knew once Salvi got on, we're going to pinch run Dyson. Boom, he's going to steal.
Runners go. Dyson takes off and steals it easily. There's a go-ahead run. Nobody out here in the 12th.
And then we, boom, ground ball, get the runner over.
The pitcher spot is the number 8 spot. So Colon will be hitting for Hochevar.
Christian Colon has not batted this postseason.
His last plate appearance in a game came 4 weeks ago.
It never really crossed my mind, that layoff that I had. I'll make sure that I was in the cage, creating my own little at-bats in my own head, making sure I stay sharp.
The reason we put Christian Colon on this club is because his ability to perform in the clutch.
He had a huge impact in the wild card game last year. He scored the winning run in the bottom of the 12th inning, and wouldn't you know, we're in the 12th inning, and now Colon has a chance to drive in the go-ahead run.
He's prepared every single day to do whatever you ask him to do, so I felt great about putting him up there.
We all care so much about each other that we knew at any point anybody could be a hero.
Swinging a line drive, base hit left field. Christian Colon has driven in Jarrod Dyson, and the Royals lead 3-2 in the 12th inning.
Say the biggest base hit of Christian Colon's career.
The 12th inning in the postseason belongs to Christian Colon.
We had this thing, keep the line moving. We looked in each other's eyes all the time and keep the line moving. Do whatever you can to get on base for the next guy.
That is a fair ball down the line. And it's 4-2 Kansas City in the 12th.
Eski got the double down the line, and we went up 4-2. And Kane came up to the bat, and you could see it in his eyes. He really wanted to hit a ball hard.
Kane swings, line drive, left center field. This is going to go all the way to the wall. Lorenzo Cain drives in 3, and the Royals have 5 in the 12th inning.
Once we scored those runs, for me, it was like the World Series was over. I had a reliever on the mound that had been dominant all year long. I knew he'd be dominant again that time. So, we got the first out. It's like, good.
Judah strikes out 1 away.
Go back and some of the outings he's had this year, we've looked at some of the pitches he's thrown, and they're just unhittable pitches.
Swing and a miss.
The Royals are 1 out away.
We came so close last year to winning the World Series, and that hurt.
As a group, we're just, we had such a special bond together as a team that it didn't feel right to not be known as world champions.
Went to spring training with one mission. This time, win the last game of the year.
It's everything you've worked for. It's everything you play for right there.
Davis comes to the plate. Strike 3 called. It's over. They've done it.
The Royals, 2015 World Champions.
As soon as they called strike 3, I felt like fireworks going off in my body. Arms and limbs were going everywhere. Nothing, looked smooth, but it didn't matter. I was going out there, and I wanted to be in the middle of that pile.
Anybody that ever puts on cleats and wears a glove during a game, that's something you always dream about.
A jubilant, wild scene out on the infield right now for the Royals.
And his total team effort got it done in 2015.
Increíble, número 1. Gracias, papá Dios.
This is one huge family.
I love you, man. It's unbelievable. We did it.
To be standing here, hoisting that World Series trophy, one of the best feelings I've ever had in my entire life.
It's because of you, Skip. It's because of you.
Lo mejor que le puede pasar a un pelotero, contento por esto. Este día lo estamos esperando desde hace tiempo y gracias a Dios se nos da la oportunidad.
This is what you play for. You play to get to this point. It's what we worked for since Game 7 of last year, and we did it.
It's just hard to look at this Kansas City Royals team and say anything but they deserve to be the ones celebrating right now.
Listen, over here, something to say! You are the Kansas City Royals World Series!
It had finally happened. The Kansas City Royals, following 3 decades of so much quiet irrelevance and 12 months of questions and regret, had resoundingly won it all. Their seemingly unbreakable catcher was named the series MVP.
Now I don't feel pain, I don't feel nothing. I'm ready to celebration.
The sweat and the pain and the, sometimes tears of what you go through in a 162-game season. All of that and what you dream and what you work for correlated into one emotion. There's really no words that for me that can describe it, except grown men acting like kids.
We realized how special Kansas City was, how much of a baseball town it was. everybody imagine 800,000 people waiting for us.
Amazing, man. It's amazing. They've been waiting 30 years for this, man.
Words can't describe what I was feeling. Going around, you know, the whole parade, just kind of letting them know. I don't know if they could understand me, but it was for the city. You know, this is for the city of Kansas City.
They love baseball, they love their Kansas City Royals, and they love it right back.
That parade just kind of brings it all into perspective. Seeing how many people are actually paying attention and how much what we do on a field, just playing a kid's game, impacts people's lives. This game is much bigger than just the game itself.
To be a part of a parade of that magnitude was unbelievable. The fans, the energy, the excitement, what it meant to the city and what it meant to our fans, to see it in their faces and in their voices, all 800,000 of them that were there, was very, very special.
This is a day like none of us have ever seen before, and we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts.
The celebration was as massive as any fan or player could have imagined.
Today, we're the #1 in the whole world, guys.
We're all just glad that the trophy's right where it belongs here in Kansas City. It's something that we all realize what we just did. We just brought a world championship back to Kansas City, and I think all of us realize that we're a group that's going to be united for the rest of our lives.
They were a club that made relentlessness its signature, and a team that no Kansas City Royal fan will ever forget.
These guys are the best team ever. Ever.
We waited for 30 years. This Kansas City waited for 30 years, and finally we bring the trophy back to Kansas City. That's the best feeling in the world.
Oh, who would be the worst hitting pitcher?
I'd say Ventura. Yeah, I think that he just has the ability to throw the ball really hard, and that's it.
Oh, man. Well, not Volke, because he got a hit in the World Series.
Volquez swings and hits a line drive into right center field, and he has a smile on his face from here to the Dominican Republic.
I think Ventura. Ventura, yeah, terrible swing, though.
He is short and compact. His swing is not.
Worst facial hair has to be Lou Kochaver, hands down.
There's a lot of good facial hair on this team.
Nobody's got bad facial hair. I like beards because I can't grow one.
I'm gonna throw Duffy in there. That long, scraggly beard he's got going. There could be some bugs living in there.
Worst post-game interview.
Oh, Yodon Ventura, hands down. The guy speaks no English, thinks he speaks great English.
We play hard every day, and today they enjoy, and we're happy today.
He's Spanish, but he speaks like he's an Italian.
I always tease Kane about like I say indefinitely, because like I say indefinitely comes out in every sentence.
Most definitely. Definitely a total team effort tonight. Gordo stepped up, got a big knock. Like I say.
We've got a few candidates for worst haircut.
Jack Dyson, he make that zoom, you know.
I don't know, gosh.
Volquez, yeah, Volquez got the little afro going.
Think of me, I don't know.
Paulo Orlando, I'm not quite sure what he's got going on, but it's not pretty.
Slowest base runner on our team? I would have to say it's Kendrys. Kendrys, yeah, he's got a bucket on his back.
A lot of people would say Kendrys Morales in this situation.
Our slowest?
It's probably Salvi.
It's got to be Salvador Perez.
Both of his legs are like carrying tree trunks around, so, you know, he's got to be the slowest.
You see his face, and you always see him trying to sprint, and he curls up like this and swings his arms from side to side. They asked me who the slowest base runner of the team is. Everybody say Morales, but I say you.
No, Papa, come on. Isn't the movie